Hiya, it's Adrian and welcome to another episode. In this one, I wanted to address something which I think many of us feel, and it's that we put information in front of people don't even seem to read it. It's quite frustrating. You're walking around, I certainly walk around and I see so many people wearing masks, social distancing, etc., believing they're doing the right thing. And what I wanted to do was read you an email from one of our subscribers, and I think it sums many things up really well, but he also comes up with a really good, solid experiment someone can do to prove the complete farce that wearing a mask is relative to this. So I'd like to read you that email, and then you can have a think about the experiment yourself if you'd like. Hi Adrian. Every time I leave the house to go to an appointment, the grocery store, or even go for a walk, it amazes me to see everyone quietly and obediently doing as they've been told, wear their masks, practice social distancing, etc. In fact, I'm beginning to lose hope in humanity because the vast majority of people do not so much as question the official narrative. It's as if they're under some kind of hypnotic spell, and perhaps they are, 5G, digital TV, etc. That said, I've spent more hours than I care to admit researching this pandemic, and I believe I've found solid evidence proving this whole thing is a fraud. I've tried to warn family and friends, but despite my efforts, very few even bother to read the information I send them. It's worth remembering that I rarely forward these type of things to family and friends without first checking and cross-checking sources and/or verifying the information is indeed credible and accurate. I suppose most people prefer to have the lies and propaganda spoon-fed to them by their favorite MSN personalities versus investing a few hours actually reading and thinking for themselves. Then it occurred to me, perhaps people are simply overwhelmed because they don't understand the information. In fact, most of the smoking gun evidence I found comes from scientific studies that is often complex and difficult to understand. With this in mind, I've devised a simple experiment that anyone can do at home. Please recommend this experiment to your viewers. To prove in less than 5 minutes face masks are useless for stopping virus-sized particles. First, gather the following items. Number 1, 4 cigarettes or even a cigar. Number 2, face mask, anything will work, N95, surgical mask, cloth mask, whatever. Experiment number 1, steps. 1. Put on your face mask of choice, or put on 2 or 3 of them at once if you wish. Number 2, light the 4 cigarettes and place them in an ashtray and then stand face down directly above the rising smoke. Number 3, inhale deeply as the rising smoke touches and is deflected by your mask. Can you smell the smoke? Experiment number 2, steps. You'll need a friend that is a smoker for this one. Number 1, put on your face mask of choice or put 2 or 3 of them on at once if you wish. Number 2, have your friend take as big a drag on the cigarettes as possible, filling their lungs with smoke. Number 3, have your friend quickly put on the face mask of choice. Then, after holding the smoke in their lungs 5 to 8 seconds, have your friend exhale the smoke through the mask. Can you see the smoke? The CMD, count median diameter, of tobacco smoke particles according to this study, and I'll put a link to that in the description, is approximately 190 nanometers, which is 65 nanometers larger than coronavirus, which is approximately 125 nanometers. Therefore, if you can smell the tobacco smoke in experiment 1, and if you can see the smoke escaping the mask of your smoker friend in experiment 2, you now have empirical evidence that proves face masks cannot stop particles with an average diameter of 190 nanometers. This simply means the diameter of the pores in the face mask are larger than 190 nanometers. In fact, based on scientific study, the average pore size of a surgical mask is 300 nanometers. That's right, the diameter of the pores on a surgical mask is 2,400 times larger than a coronavirus. Let's just come back to that in one sec. Not only is this a super easy experiment that anyone can perform, but it provides tangible evidence for anyone that refuses to read or has difficulty understanding the scientific papers and studies. Now, just taking that size differential, that would mean, I think I'm correct in doing this, that if it's 1 to 2,400 times, something that was 1 inch would be 2,400 inches, which is 200 feet. So that's like trying to stop a 1 inch size particle going through something which is 200 feet in size. A mosquito and a chain link fence, I've heard them mentioned too. So you might want to have a think about that, and maybe this is a video to pass on to someone, or actually show them the experiment or have them actually do the experiment. And I think what I'll do is I'll put the text of the email in the description as well, so you can copy and paste that to people if you want. So that was really just something for you to think about. You guys are amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.